today, let's walk through the steps of making a sensory toy. Welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content, and today we are going to be talking about how to make these little sensory toys. So these can be great for school settings to help promote focus. This can be great for those that just like to have something in their hands to play around with. These do also make a sound, which can be really fun. So today we're going to walk through all of that process so that you can see how to make one of these yourself. So for the fabric, I would recommend using something very soft. So you could use like a minky fabric, but I would say if you're much more of a beginner, just stick with maybe fleece. It's going to be a little easier. We're also going to need some batting. So I'm just using cotton batting here, but you could really use any type of batting that you had on hand. And then we also are going to be using some thread, and then there are pattern pieces available. As I said, this is a full Etsy pattern, so you can go to my Etsy store in the link below and buy this, where it will have all the information including these pattern pieces available. And then for this you are also going to need a Barrette. So the Barrette is what's making that snapping sound. So I'm using an older Barrette, so the best part about this, you're not actually going to see these. They produce the sound though. So a really easy way to make that little sound noise for us. So you're going to want one of those. I'm going to be making two here. The pattern has actually two different options, one with a pocket and one without a pocket. So I have two different Barrettes, but in general, you're only going to need one per toy. So the first steps to this is you're going to be cutting out your fabric. So for pattern piece 1, you're going to be cutting out 2 of those. So this is the front and back of the toy. So I'm just going through cutting both of these out. And then for pattern piece 2, if you want to include the pocket, that's what pattern piece 2 is for. You're just going to be cutting out one of those. So now we're going to cut out our batting, which you just need 2 pieces for pattern piece 1. So going through, just cutting this out, it doesn't matter which version you make. We will be using the batting in both options for the toy. So here's what it looks like for all my items with the pocket. So you see 3 pieces of fabric, your 2 batting, and the Barrette. And then if you're making it without the pocket, you just have those 2 pieces of fabric, the batting, and a Barrette. So with this said, we are now going to start doing our preparation for the Barrette. So for this, as you see, when you pop it open, the Barrette opens up, but we don't want it to do that in our toy. So what we need to do is basically sew this shut to secure it. So I'm going to get a needle and thread, and then I've knotted my thread, and I'm just going to put my needle through these 2 strings that come with it, and I'm going to create a little knot. So this is just going to sort of knot it off, make it a little bit more secure. And then I'm going to go through that opening, that little hole, and then just go back and forth multiple times to just really keep sewing this over and over. I did it around 10 times. I like to make sure it's very secure. Just keep looping this through so that we are sewing it shut and it won't be able to open back up. Now, once you have gone through it many times, you are then going to just knot it again. You could knot it 2 to 3 times if you would like to, cut off the threads, and then we now have this really secure little Barrette that it's going to be making that snapping noise, but we don't have to worry about it opening like it did before. So now let's go ahead and start working on option 1. So this is going to be the no pocket option. I'll include timestamps if you want to get to the option that does have a pocket. For this though, you're going to be taking a piece of your batting, then you're putting your piece of your fabric. The wrong side of the fabric will be facing the batting, and then we're going to put another piece of our fabric on top with right sides together, and then the batting. So basically we've made this little fabric sandwich where we have both pieces of our batting on the outside and then both pieces of fabric on the inside. The fabric is touching right sides together, and I'm going to pin this up all the way around on the outside, being sure to leave a 1.5 inch gap. Now that 1.5 inch gap, there are notches that you can use as well, or you can just mark off 1.5 inches, and we're just going to be sewing all the way around, leaving that gap unsewn. So now I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to begin the process of sewing this. So starting with that first notch, I'm going to take the pins out, put my sewing machine down, and then just sew a straight stitch, being sure to backstitch at the beginning and the end, and then sew all the way around this toy. Now it is on a curve. I do have information for sewing on a curve. You're just going to want to take your time, be sure to pivot your fabric, and then just slowly move your fabric around. And then when we get to the second notch, I'm going to knot it off and be sure to stop and then leave that gap open. So here is what the toy looks like. Now I'm just going to go through and cut little notches. So these are just little triangles that I'm cutting where I'm getting very close to the seam but not going through it. There are 4 layers here, so it can be a little tricky to go through. So my recommendation is just to do 2 layers at a time, and then you'll have these little notches that will just help the fabric sort of lay correctly when it comes time to turn this right side out. So now I'm just going to push this through that opening that we had. The fleece should allow you to really push through it easily, and then you can just adjust it. And then we can go ahead and take our Barrette and just put it into that little opening so it will fit nicely inside. And then you'll see that we have our little opening is the only thing left that we're going to have to close. So I'm just going to put a little pin here just so that I know where I'm going to be sewing this up. But I'm taking a hand seam and just going through that. So I'm going to take a needle and thread and just very carefully do a little whip stitch here. So I knotted at the beginning, and then I'm just going to go through and do a tiny little whip stitch all the way up to close this. Now again, since it is that fleece, you won't be able to see these stitches too much, which makes it really nice and beginner friendly. So now we have our one toy done, super quick, super easy. So now let's talk about the option that has a pocket. So for this one, while it is similar, we are going to be doing some different steps at the beginning. So first we're going to be taking our pocket piece and we're going to zigzag stitch all the way around the edging. So if you have a serger, you could use your serger. If you want to use like an overcast stitch or pinking shears, you can do that as well. I'm going to be using a zigzag stitch as I know most people have that on hand with their sewing machine. And then if you are using minky fabric, I would highly recommend using a walking foot. It makes it a lot easier to sew through. This fabric can be a little challenging because of that texture, especially if you're using one of the ones that has like these dots on it. But I'm just going to go through, use my zigzag stitch, so now I've just kind of finished off those edges to help them not fray as much. Then the straight edge at the top, I'm going to fold it over 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm just going to pin that in place and take a straight stitch all the way across. So changing my sewing machine back to that straight stitch. And then I'm going to take about like 1/8 of an inch seam just to hold that piece down so I do not see any of the raw edges. So here is what my little pocket looks like. And now I'm going to take pattern piece 1, so one piece from there, and just lay the pocket on top. So the wrong side of the pocket is facing the right side of the pattern piece. And then I'm just going to pin this in place all the way around. So now once you have it sort of laid out how you would like, we're just going to go through and pin this all the way up along that curve, and then we're just going to take a seam along that curve as well. So we are leaving this top portion open, just sewing all the way around the outside along that curve so that our pocket stays in place. Again, this fabric can be very slippery, so you really want to take your time when you're sewing through it, adjust and pivot as necessary, and then as you go around that curve, being sure to backstitch at the beginning and end. So here's what the front of our toy looks like. Now we're going to follow the exact same steps we used in option 1. So this includes making our little fabric sandwich of these pieces. So you have your batting, and then you have your piece of fabrics so that the fabrics have the right sides together, and then you have a piece of batting back on top. So this is sort of what it looks like. You can see it all together, and then I'm just going to pin this up all the way around on the outside, being sure to leave that 1.5 inch gap on one of the longer edges. So you can follow the notches again for that, or just make your own 1.5 inch gap. And then I'm just going to go through and sew this all the way up all along the outside, being sure to leave that gap unsewn. Then I'm just going to cut my little notches. So again, taking those little triangles, and then if you have any issues, just do 2 layers at a time to get those. And then we are not cutting through the seam at all. And then I'm just going to turn this right side out. So very carefully pushing this through so that I get a nice little toy where I do not see any of the raw edges. So through that opening, we are now going to add our little clip so that we can have it make that nice little popping sound. Once it's in there, we just need to close up this opening. So taking my needle and thread, being sure that I am doing that little knot at the very beginning. So having my needle go back through the thread where that little opening is. And then I'm just going to push the tails of the thread into the opening and then just sort of whip stitch this closed. Again, because I'm using that minky fabric here, you do not really see the stitches at all, which does make it nice so that you don't have to be as concerned about seeing them. And then I'm just going to go through and hand stitch this entire opening closed. And once it's done, I'm just going to knot it off at the end, and here is my little toy. So it has that little pocket, you can slide your thumb into it, put your finger in there, just adds another sensory experience. And here are now both toys complete. So both of them are able to provide that same little popping sound. And they kind of feel nice to play with. They're great for kind of like fidgeting or just those that may be a little bit more nervous than others. And the one without a pocket provides the same pops. So these are really quick little toys that you could make for maybe the teachers or counselors in your life, or just as something fun to have on hand. Again, there is a full Etsy pattern available for this, so check the link in the description below if you're interested. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.